Hello everyone. My name is Major General Balraj Mehta and you are watching my channel Commanding Excellence. Good evening. I am glad to be speaking to you today on Instagram Live, which is my first Instagram Live program on this channel. Today I just want to give an introduction to what I want to do and why I want to do it. You see, when I was in school, I was twice or thrice taken by my school class teacher to the principal's office, and there used to be 4 or 5 people sitting there, strangers, and the principal would ask me, Balraj, tell me what should be the age of these people, and I used to borrow a guess and tell them. I never understood why. I still don't understand why. But let me put you the same question. What do you think is my age? So you must be thinking I am anywhere between 60 to 70. So I don't want to flatter myself. I am nearly 65. And why I am telling you this is that I have seen life from both the sides. When I was a child growing up and when I had my own children growing up. So first I was being raised and then I was raising children. So I have seen it from both the sides. So therefore, I feel that I should be able to contribute, not just because I am a father or just because I am a retired person having nothing to do. But the point is that I firmly believe that one should die empty. That is, if you impart whatever wisdom, whatever knowledge, whatever training, whatever experience you have had to the people who deserve it or who desire it, then that will be a very good giving back to the society. So this is the reason why I am doing what I am doing, and I feel I am very well qualified to pass on the knowledge which I have got because of many reasons. I personally feel I am very lucky to have married my wife, and we are happily married for nearly 40 years now. I have two handsome, tall, well-built, very intelligent and successful professional sons. I have handled thousands of soldiers during my 35 years in the Indian Army. I was from the Special Forces and thereafter from infantry. I have handled lot of army schools. I have handled lot of issues of special children, lot of issues with respect to the war widows, Veer Naris, ex-servicemen in their old age, and liaised with the civil administration to resolve these issues in a fruitful manner. After retirement in 2018, I have been involved in one or the other work, including about 4 years in corporate world at a very senior position. So I will request you to pay attention and listen to what I am going to tell you now today as well as in future whenever we have the opportunity. Follow my YouTube channel, follow my Insta channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, and try to get to as to what I am trying to pass on. Now it is very famously said that children are delivered to you without any instructional manual. The second thing which is very true about this is that, as Frederick Douglass An American thinker had said, it is very easy to raise strong children than to repair broken men. So, this is the second thing which you must understand, that if you take care to raise children in a manner which will make them strong, independent, resilient, capable, confident to face this world, then you would have done your job. And the third and the last thing is that every parent, every parent thinks that he knows the best. Just because you love your child, it doesn't mean you are raising your child well. I have seen people getting agitated with their children's tantrums, shouting, even giving physical punishments, and other such uh, harmful treatment to the children which affects their self confidence. You will find such children will start stammering at times. Such children will do bedwetting at night. They will, shiver and not be able to speak properly when spoken to. They look down. They will be introverts. They will not like to go out and play sports. So they look for excuses to be away from company, boisterous company, because they feel not confident enough to venture out. Similarly, there are many parents who do not know what damage they are creating in the lives of the children by showcasing the differences between the spouses. The mother and father, if they are fighting, if they are arguing in front of the children, it affects the children very, very badly. Another thing which is I am seeing nowadays is dependence on the mobiles and other such like devices to keep the children busy. You may think that you are doing a great job by uh, allowing your kids to watch some nursery rhymes or some other such cartoons, and you may think that it is educative. But then education by this means should have a limit. There are certain things about the exposure to these mobiles and such like screens. So one thing is that the distance between the screen and the person should be 5 times the size of the screen. The second thing is that the luminosity should be 1/3 of the accepted luminosity which is acceptable to the eye. Similarly, not more than 1 hour per day is recommended to be used for watching screens. Apart from the physical harmful effects, the other harmful effect is that psychologically the child gets tuned to respond only when they have a screen in front of them and which program they like. I have seen small children not eating till the time the screen is in front of them and it is playing some song or some cartoon or some other such program. So that leads to tantrums when the kind of entertainment is not available and it is not healthy. And then they don't focus on the food, they don't focus on eating, and they are more focused on watching. So these are the kind of pitfalls which we have laid ourselves into because of many things. The young parents are working, they are working, both of them are working, so they don't have any time. So they have to depend on the daycare, or they have to manage somehow, and they are just hoping like hell that the child grows up to about 3 to 4 years and start going to school, so that the child is off their hands. So this is the kind of attention they are paying to the child, or this is the kind of attention they can pay to the child, because both parents to do a job, or one parent to do a job and maybe go for overtime and get tired and maybe far away from home without any joint family support. They can't help it. But the issue is, are you playing with the life of your children by not paying attention to them? And on top of that, we have now new fads of spending quality time. That quality time can only be when we go out on a holiday. Quality time can only be when we go out and see a movie, or we go to a shopping mall, or eat outside. So that is the only quality time. Otherwise, we have no time for small things and small activities. But the children do not need grandiose things to feel happy and connected. You should, as parents, get connected with your children in small ways. Parenting is basically being available to the children when they need you, physically, mentally, and emotionally. When a child feels reassured that he has the backup of his mother and father, and he is confident, and then he is given age appropriate responsibilities, he is given opportunities to decide for himself, then it leads to very early growth. I'll give you two examples. One is how to develop the language capability. My younger son, when he was born, my mother came to stay with us. And when he was 3 or 4 days old, she reached, and thereafter she will speak to him throughout the day when he was awake. And she used to tell us also to speak to him as much as we can, and speak to him in a proper adult language and not a kiddish, childish language. So this is how your language skills keep on developing, because the child, this is how they learn, this is how they get programmed. It is something like machine learning. So this is a machine which is totally blank when it is born in this world, and thereafter you program it and it gets programmed. And you should know that it gets programmed automatically. Subconsciously it will absorb whatever is happening around it, even if the child is not able to speak, or not able to talk, or express, or walk around, or give a reaction. So the parents have to be very careful with raising kids in a manner that they do not absorb any unwanted impression from outside world, including the parents. And another thing related to this is the I'm getting back to the technical or digital addiction part, that when a child is watching the screen very, very intently, so that time the child is more or less in a trance. So that time, whenever there is something awkward or something which is disturbing, it happens, that thing will straightway go into the child's subconscious mind without any filter. So that's why we have to ensure that this kind of a trance-like state, when it occurs, we should be very careful that we don't at that time give any inputs into the subconscious mind of the child. So the point which I am coming to is that we all feel that we know everything, but I am sure no one knows everything. Some of us know most of the things, but most of us know very little. This is why, because there is no formal degree or a certification required to become a parent. Anybody can become a parent. And the second thing is, we have a yardstick or a subconscious toolbox of how to raise children based on what our parents use on us. Whatever they used on us, whatever methods, whatever tonation, voice, the kind of activities, the kind of treatment they gave to us, subconsciously, unconsciously, most parents follow that route. So the point is, the world has changed a lot. It has changed a lot since the time you were children. So 20, 30, 40 years is a huge time gap. Especially when the children are going through hormonal changes. So you can be rest assured that that period of say 10, 11 years on to 17, 18 years is going to be very traumatic for them, very troublesome for you if you do not understand what they are going through. So this brings me to another thing is, the empathy, that you have to understand things from their perspective. The other day I was listening to somebody, he gave a very, very, very nice example. He says, when you talk to the parents, what do they say? They say the children don't listen to us. When you talk to the teachers, they say the students don't listen to us. When you talk to a senior officer in a company about his subordinates, he says they don't pay attention to what I'm saying. And when you talk to the students, they say the teachers don't listen to us. The children say the parents are not listening to us. They don't give us due weightage as to what we feel and what we say. And the juniors in a company will say the seniors are not giving us any, attention. They don't give any, value to what our views are. So the point is, nobody is listening and everybody is talking. Like I am talking now. And I only hope that you are listening. So my job is to make you people aware and to help you get over the problems in your parenting journey to the best of my abilities. I am a qualified parent coach. I am a qualified career counselor. I am a qualified NLP trainer. And I am a qualified hypnotherapist trainer, not to the full level, but I understand I have done 2 levels of hypnotherapy. So based on my experience, based on the theoretical knowledge that I have gained, and based on the practical experience of having handled children since the very young age, when I was myself a youngest of 8 and my nephews started arriving when I was 5 years old and thereafter. So I have been involved in children since a very young age, and I have been involved with them till now, right now. So I think I can contribute. And the last thing I want to leave you with is that it is not with a view to gain anything commercially. It is basically to pass on what I have heard, seen, felt, read, and experienced. So we'll talk further. We'll continue to have these sessions, and I will request you to give me your feedback, as also what topics you will like me to speak on and what are the problems you are facing. You can give me a direct message and I will respond. Thank you very much. Take care. Jai Hind.